just as a government, but actually for me as a rural dweller myself and as a rural constituent MP. The government made a commitment over our last term in government that we needed to do significant investment to improve broadband access for New Zealanders. And we recognise that New Zealand being where it is and our population spread the way it is, it was always going to be hard for the market to respond and provide New Zealand with the sort of broadband infrastructure that we needed to make the most of the incredible, innovative little country that we have. So we came up with our two programs, the UFB, which rolls out ultra-fast broadband through our major towns and cities to about 75% of New Zealanders. But then most excitingly for me was the Rural Broadband Initiative, which extends that coverage into rural New Zealand. And it seems to me as a rural person myself and as a local MP representing those areas that, while the cities have made pretty good progress anyway with getting broadband speeds that were slowly improving and picking up, actually in the rural areas, the divide was getting bigger and bigger. And when you look at New Zealand's economy and you look at where the real centres of growth and productivity are, they are overwhelmingly represented in our rural areas. And yet those same areas were the ones that suffered from very, very low levels of connectivity. And you talk to anyone in those rural sectors, and it's not just the farmers, there's any number of businesses, schools, health providers operating in those areas. The inability to access their markets in the same way that their urban cousins could was significantly hampering their go-forward. And if you look at the sort of management practices and monitoring regimes that are coming in now, they all rely on good connectivity. So this was absolutely central for us in getting those programs out into the rural economy. And so we went to the market over the last 3 years and asked for expressions from companies that wanted to partner with us to do this. And as Russell said, Vodafone and Chorus stepped up and have become our partners in rolling out the Rural Broadband Initiative. So as Russell said, this is the start of 154 new towers that will go around the country. And the offshoot benefit of all of this, which I'm pretty excited about as well, is it's not just about the broadband connectivity. It actually provides, I think, 6,200 square kilometres of additional cell phone coverage. And anyone who spends time in the rural areas, actually even in some of the city areas, knows the frustration of your phone not working, dying, black holes and the like. So being able to have that sort of connectivity coming into our rural areas is absolutely important, and it's fundamental actually to what the next generation expect in terms of service. Having broadband, having cell phone coverage is increasingly like just having a home phone line. We expect it as part of our everyday world, and it needs to be there. So this is a very, very important part of getting that going. But can I also just mention too some of the spin-off benefits around this? Schools and health centres in rural communities are going to notice a big change in the sort of service they can deliver thanks to this sort of technology. And they are some of our priorities for early deployment, because we know that if we can get our schools and our health centres hooked up, then we start to see real wins for our communities early on. We want our kids and our patients to get the same level of resources and care and options, whether they're in the most remote rural community or in our bigger cities. And this is the technology that allows us to do it. So it's really exciting to be able to be here today to look at one of the very first towers that has been delivered under this program. It's going to be even more exciting as we watch that map fill up with coverage areas, and as we all start to see those productivity gains come through, as I say, in our businesses, our home life, our schooling, our education. We can all be very proud of the infrastructure that we've got. Despite what some people have said, actually our broadband is not too bad, but this is a way that we can make it considerably better very quickly. So I just want to thank Russell and Vodafone and Chorus for their work, and can I just add my thanks to the landowner, Mr. Singh. Thank you for making it available. We can't do this unless there are sites on which to build things, and it's really important that communities take some ownership of making that available. So thank you for your leadership in that, and to all your fellow landowners who are in the same boat. Very exciting day. I don't want to talk for too much longer, but I'm very, very happy.